Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen. Your triggers. So what do I mean by a trigger? Well, anything that pisses you off, annoys you, you feel as if it caused you some type of physical or emotional pain response. You know, this vernacular that we use these days is this word, well, I'm triggered, right? And this is a lot of the millennials, which I guess I would probably be in that category, but the Gen Zers, you know, they typically use this speech, this word, as saying, I'm triggered. But from a practical standpoint for this video, we're talking about anything that really causes you frustration, causes you emotional pain, maybe reflects something from your past that you may have not processed, or something that's still nagging at you, or something that's extremely detrimental and hurtful to you, that in certain situations, whether it be something that you see, a situation with another person that reminds you of something. Oftentimes we can get very shameful and guilt-ridden when we have these experiences. But I would argue this, friends, that our triggers are actually the gateway to self-discovery, not an excuse for us to shame ourselves, for us to be guilt-ridden, for us to run into the corner and want to just be away from all human beings. Your triggers, your pain points, the things that bother you, that frustrate you, that annoy you, that are hurtful to you, are items that the universe is providing you to remind you of things that you have not processed. This also is a gateway for self-discovery as well as self-growth. Because without discovery, there is no growth. The more we find out about ourselves, the more we have the capacity and the room for more self-development, self-growth, and overall better quality of life, because we can process things that maybe we weren't ready at another point in our life to process. So when I'm coaching people, oftentimes they will bring up certain situations and almost in a guilty way is saying, well, I felt this way about this situation, or this situation reminded me of this, and they feel guilty for it. And I'm very quick to change the narrative that these experiences are allowing you an opportunity to grow. Because yes, it may not feel good to feel something that was hurtful in the past that reminds you of something else, or, you know, something that is extremely frustrating and annoying to you. Though it doesn't feel good, it is an opportunity for you to thus process, to say, hey, listen, this is a blind spot that I've got. I'm emotionally mature now to look at this. I'm aware of it. And now when this gets brought up in the future, this is something that I can do about it. This is what we need as human beings to really grow, not just on a level of a human experience, but also just as an experience that we're on this journey, whether you believe in the afterlife, heaven, hell, or reincarnation or whatever. But the next journey, the next level, as we're here to learn. We're here to learn, and we're here to grow and work through these blind spots, these triggers. So, you know, this gives us a great opportunity to grow. And instead of looking at it from the standpoint that a lot of people do is, I don't want to feel like this. This is awful. So I'm going to sedate it. I'm going to quiet it. I'm going to make sure it doesn't exist. Or what I could do is I could process it. I could actually look at it in its face, and I could take it at face value and do something about it. That's where you are as a human being when you know you're on the right path, is when you're wanting to start to tackle things versus to retreat and surrender yourself and say, hey, listen, no more, instead of surrendering yourself to the acceptance of what is. That's the difference between self-growth and no growth. And Believe me, friends, that when you're growing, you're looking at all these things as opportunities to enhance yourself as a human, to enhance yourself as a soul, to be able to look the devil in its face and say, this doesn't scare me anymore. Now, this can be very complicated at times because, the more you become aware, the more things you become aware of. And it can be exhausting. It can be, what is it? What am I experiencing? This is something new. For so long I've been pushing this away, but now it's starting to come, and it's starting to come at full speed, 100 miles an hour. So this is where having somebody to talk to, whether it be a coach, whether it be a therapist, whether it be a friend, to really be able to get your thoughts out and your experiences in a healthy way to process. Because if you don't process these emotions, they become emotional indigestion, and they will show up at some point in your life, and they will cause havoc upon you. I'm sure there's people out here that are listening to this that know exactly what I'm talking about. So no matter what it is, whatever triggers you, whatever upsets you, whatever annoys you, look at it as an opportunity for you personally to grow. This is a self-discovery, an opportunity for self-growth instead of self-hate. If you resonated with this video, or there's somebody that you think needs to see this video, please, by all means, like, comment, share this video with anybody you would like to. Share it on your Facebook page, whatever the case may be. Buff Gandhi.